Good evening, viewers. My name is MC Chaka. Welcome to another edition of Legal Hour. Legal Hour is where we discuss legal matters, and of course, today we're here to talk about a very important issue or topic that will benefit a lot of people. This program is proudly sponsored by CITI Law Solicitors, and they've been our backbone from day one. They are prime sponsors for this program. So please, when you get the link, share with your friends, with family. Tonight's topic, we've got two interesting topic, very insightful. A lot of people are anticipating, waiting for this to happen. And now, lawyer will give an update on what is going to happen in regards to the Zambrano carers leave to remain or applications. So that is the first topic, the Zambrano. And then, of course, we move on to the skilled worker applications. Skilled worker applications are for people who have got different kind of skills. These applications can be made for people with variety of skills, whether they've completed university in the UK, whether they are in Ghana. This will benefit them in regards of them getting their stay and work permit in the UK. And of course, it's much cheaper than the mainstream, and it will benefit a lot of families as well. Because once you switch to that route, you can bring your wives, you can bring your children over, and it's very cheap, as I said earlier on. So these two topics are what we're going to discuss tonight. So please make sure that you invite your friend, you invite your family, you invite everyone that you think will benefit from this educative program or topic that we're going to discuss tonight. This program is powered on our Facebook channel, on our YouTube channel, and of course on CITI Media Radio. On Facebook, just search Solicitor Thomas Beye Benyo. YouTube, the same name, Solicitor Thomas Beye Benyo, and you'll be able to get this program. And then also on the radio, Modern Ghana, the abroad section, CITI Media Radio, you'll be able to get this program online. Preferably, we would like viewers to join us on Facebook or YouTube. That obviously they can see us as we talk. And of course, later on, we will open the phone lines for people to enjoy the program and of course benefit by asking questions. So viewers, please make sure you stay tuned. Lawyer is getting ready. And of course, we'll be sharing the link to you very soon. Once you get the link, please make sure you share with everyone, and they'll benefit from this program. It's very insightful and a lot of questions to pose to lawyer this evening. So MC Chaka, I will be back. I'll be back. So please stay tuned. Don't go away. MC Chaka will be back. Thank you very much. I'll be right back. Insightful and a lot of Welcome back, viewers. Lawyer is ready, and now we're ready to roll. Lawyer, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You're looking very smart, as usual.
Tonight I need business.
I know, I can tell that.
You can see I'm taking off my jacket.
You are
my blazer.
you are on the ball. You are on the ball tonight. Yeah. So what's going on? Is everything okay?
Everything is okay.
Good.
Okay.
I'm really happy to see you ready and prepared, obviously,
Yes,
to educate your clients, your viewers, and listeners as well. So thank you very much and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
We've got interesting topics tonight to discuss too. So viewers, those of you that might have missed my intro, the first one we're going to discuss is the Zambrano parent application or leave to remain in the UK. That is the first topic. And then the second one that we'll be talking about is the skilled workers visa application, how to switch to that or how to make a fresh application for the skilled workers. So two interesting topics which are very beneficial. A lot of people are eligible, a lot of people are going to benefit from this. So if you've joined us, please make sure you share this program and treat others to be part of it as well, because they'll benefit from that. People have been calling me, asking for different rules that they can obviously follow to regularize their stay, and this is one of them. So the skilled workers that embodies even carers, nurses, people are really going to benefit from this. And lawyer is going to take his time to give an update on the Zambrano and the procedure and application way, how you can obviously make the application to achieve the skilled workers visa. So please make sure you share with people. And of course, this program is on YouTube. We've shared a link to our viewers and is on our Facebook as well. The link is being shared to our viewers. It's powered through our online radio, CITI Media Radio. So if you've received the link, please make sure you listen. If for some reasons you are unable to watch us on Facebook or YouTube, you can access that from Modern Ghana as well. If you go to the abroad section, CITI Media Radio, you'll be able to access us. So thank you very much for joining this program as usual. Lawyer, you gave an update on the skilled workers application on Tuesday. That was really good. That was deep, and that was the tree version actually.
Yes.
So viewers, tonight we're gonna do the English version to benefit our brothers and sisters who might not be familiar with the tree language. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people understand English. So this will benefit our friends and family, brothers and sisters in Nigeria, in other African countries, and of course in Ghana as well. So please make sure you share for others to benefit. All right, lawyer. So Zambrano is in circulation.
Yeah.
Okay, that there's an update, a decision has been made in the case of Alazana.
Akisanya. Yes.
Akisanya. I struggle to mention that name anyway. So there've been an update on that, and a lot of people have been waiting for this to know if they'll benefit from the Zambrano.
Yeah.
Please, I know people are throwing dust on the eyes of others as well, trying to give, false hope, making sure that obviously everything is cozy and stuff like that. City law solicitors and lawyer Thomas Beyer-Benyo, your perspective and your stand on this Zambrano decision that has been made by the court.
Thank you so much, MC Chaka. Yes, for some time now, there's been a lot of stuff happening. There's been a lot of updates. Obviously, on Tuesday, I did the skilled worker program. But to give a short update on this Zambrano carers, it's important to give a background to this case so that people understand. Because on this platform, we don't just give updates. Sometimes we take the law. So to give the background to this Zambrano. Now, originally, the case of Zambrano is an EU case. Now, so if you look at Article 20 and 21 of the functioning of the European Union, then you realize that once one is a British, is a citizen of the Union, and then 21 talks about the movement of those members or citizens of those members. And therefore, the case of Zambrano is a case that involved a Colombian who was a father to children of Belgian children. Obviously, the Belgian law did not allow the parents to have leave to remain, but the children, once born there, they had leave to remain. So on that basis, that parent had to apply, because for the child to be able to reside in Belgium, then the parent needed to be granted some form of leave so that she could continue to care for that child in that member state. So around 2011, when the case was established, obviously we were still members of the European Union. Therefore, the UK was obliged, because the decisions coming from those courts obviously affected the UK law, because we were relying on the European Union law as well. And therefore, we had this Zambrano. So to start with, Zambrano is not just about British children, but also relates to children of EU citizens. So you realize that we have the case of Shan, which is an Irish parent who moved to the UK with his child. And then we also have cases of NA. We have various cases that some of them involve movement of EU citizens that obviously those children needed their third country national parents to be able to reside in the member states. And there are cases even in Germany and all that. But to make viewers to understand this background is the fact that when the European regulation was drafted and allowed parents of British citizens, obviously because under the functioning of the European Union, Article 20, British children are also citizens of the Union. Therefore, if a parent who is a primary carer of the British obviously was also entitled to apply under the EU regulations, which was 2006 and then 2016 as amended. That was before we left the European Union. And this persisted for a long time. And I personally represented a lot of clients. CITI law, we also had a lot of clients who were on this Zambrano. But it came to a point when Home Office said that for one to be able to apply under the Zambrano as a parent of a British child, then that parent needed to have shown that they have no basis of making any other application. Therefore, most of those parents were compelled to make application to switch to the Appendix FL as parents of British nationals. And that was the case for a long time. But obviously, there were also those who were still on the Zambrano who had then not switched. And then we left the European Union. And at that stage, obviously, the Appendix EU was drafted in such a way that only those on the Zambrano were allowed to apply for indefinite leave to remain under the settlement scheme. And it was quite generous because of the fact that at that point, those who were on the Zambrano could just apply and get indefinite leave to remain, which is free of charge. Again, they don't have to do English B1 test. 2, 3, they don't have to do life in UK. So it was quite generous. But the point is that family members who, one way or the other, have either switched to the Appendix FM as parents of British children, or those who were not on it already, whose children were also, again, more than 5 years. Because the point is that under the settlement scheme, once you've had the examination for 5 years, then obviously they were going to give you indefinitely to remain. And therefore, this Akinsanya, who in 2019, for one reason or other, of course, there is a case of Sene, which I don't want to go into it, which to do with the social funds when people had access to it. So when he was on Appendix FM, he wanted to switch to apply for indefinitely to remain under the Appendix EU. Her application was refused. And the reason the Secretary of State gave for refusing that application was that because of the fact that he's not, the rules have been drafted in such a way to exclude those who already had leave under the Appendix FM, she could not succeed in getting indefinitely to remain. And the case went to the High Court. She was successful. Home Office then appealed that decision. And that decision was heard around December, and judgment was handed down on the 24th of January. And here is the point that people have to be mindful of. The case clearly, the decision confirms that Home Office misunderstood the domestic law by excluding those parents who have British children, by not allowing them to apply under the Appendix EU. And therefore, the order was that they should rewrite it in such a way that these parents can apply. Obviously, there is a lacuna. The reason being that because there is now a distinction of the misunderstanding of the domestic law, and the judgment per se have created a distinction of the EU law. And previously, the Zambrano did not lead to indefinite leave to remain. The Zambrano was to enable those parents to be able to reside in a member state until such time that those children became an adult. Therefore, it was a generous offer after we have left the EU for the Secretary of State to allow those people to be granted indefinite leave to remain by unfairly excluding those who were not on Zambrano. And therefore, I want viewers and listeners to understand that that decision clearly shows that Home Office have lost their case, but there still remain uncertainty because Home Office have to now rewrite their guidelines. We don't know when those guidelines will be in place. And obviously, those guidelines could also confirm that it should be granted indefinite to remain. But the fact remains that if you are seeking to make those applications, you need to seek proper legal advice. That is my advice to viewers tonight and listeners. Because obviously, people need to be mindful that the case, even though it's going around that Home Office have lost their case, it is not conclusive that automatically people are going to be entitled to indefinite leave to remain. But of course, that is why lawyers we are here. And I'm sure that there is going to be further challenges on the way. And I'm not by this saying that people should not make those applications, but I'm just concluding that there is still uncertainty with the decision.
All right. Thank you very much, Lawyer Thomas Bebenyo. There's still uncertainty on the decision. So people should obviously take note of what lawyer has elaborated. Home Office have not come up with any update at the moment. There's still uncertainty on their decision. So thank you very much, Lawyer Thomas Bebenyo. So, Lawyer, the Zambrano, I've got a couple of questions that I need to ask you. It's true. I mean, I know you've given this update, and obviously you said there's some sort of uncertainty. But then, from your perspective, looking at it, are there any positive, hopes or, for people who can make the application? What is your stand, in terms of Home Office decision? please.
Yes, it is quite clear without dispute that Home Office has lost the case. And it's also clear that there was misunderstanding of the domestic law and then the EU law. Because the point is that people have distinct right under the EU law, which is separate from that of the local or the domestic law. Because remember, when we were practicing under the EU law was supreme. And even when people have lost their cases in the UK court, they went to the Court of Justice or the Human Rights Court in order to continue to fight those cases in the European Court of Justice. So the point is that the court decision makes it clear that if somebody is on limited leave to remain, then it is wrong to extinguish that Zambrano right, that right as a carer of a British citizen, merely because that person is on limited leave to remain. Therefore, it means that if Home Office is to rewrite their decision, then those parents should be made eligible, in short, to apply.
Okay.
Irrespective of whether they have what they call the 2.5 or not. But people should be mindful of this. People should be mindful of the fact that because there is a lacuna, by playing so reliant on these Zambrano applications, and obviously we are awaiting guidance, and not necessarily renewing your existing leave, then remember the paragraph 3C right that I explained some time ago. It's possible that there will be break in those people's leave because of their sanctity. But of course, that is why lawyers, we are here.
Of course.
Because we need to combine the two and make sure that those clients are protected. But I'm just telling people that they have to be careful, especially those who are sitting at home making applications on their own because of the news going around. Because there are a lot of dangers there. But I'm not saying that lawyers cannot be on top of their game. We are here to be on the top of this game. And of course, it is lawyers that forced Home Office to lose this case.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm sure there are a lot of lawyers out there who will be able to know what to do to assess this client. Because obviously, at the end of the day, people are still going to be able to entitle to this indefinitely to remain. Good. But I'm saying that for those of you sitting at home and making your applications, you have to be careful, because in the end, you might experience a break in your leave to remain.
That's right.
And it could affect your existing leave in terms of getting your indefinite leave to remain in future. That is my point and advice to viewers.
All right. Thank you very much, lawyer, for this advice and update on Zambrano. So, viewers, what I would say to everyone is that if you're eligible to make this application, please don't do it on your own, because there are some sort of technicalities, and you need a reputable firm and people who are on top of their game, like my learned colleague, Lawyer Thomas Bebenyo, to obviously represent you. And if there are any challenges or if there are any queries or whatever, he'll be able to address them properly for you. So please take note and direct all the legal matters with regards to the Zambrano or any other legal matters to CITI Law. And lawyer will be very helpful to support you. Thank you very much, lawyer, for the update you've given on Zambrano. I love the name, It sounds like
it's a Colombian,
Oh, is it?
The name is a Colombian name, because those those people, their parent was a Colombian who migrated to Belgium. So the law started from Belgium, and obviously, remember Brussels.
That's right, Brussels.
Of the European
yes, that's it.
And eventually, people in the UK started benefiting from it. And it was good because people were entitled to benefit.
That's right.
And all that. And
yeah.
the only disadvantage is that it was not to lead to indefinitely to remain.
Okay.
And obviously, at a point when the case of Sanders also some of the benefit were also cut, to the extent that people could claim under up to the point of Section 17 of the Family Law Act 1989, which is when children are supposed to, local authorities have a duty to provide accommodation and all that.
Okay.
There's those parents because of those children. So it's quite a vast area. That's why I'm saying that with this decision, there's a lot of uncertainty there. It's a good news for us lawyers, for people who are going to make those applications. But obviously, there are a lot of complications that people should not just sit at home. Because, as I've just explained, there are dangers.
All right. Thank you very much, lawyer. We do appreciate what you've said. But the fact is, when you were in your assertion, you mentioned that it's an EU initiative, right?
Yes.
So I was of the view that EU is now. I mean, because of Brexit, that obviously UK is out of the EU. Would that not have any impact on this decision and applications?
Yes. Again, this is why we are doing this program. If you look at the original decision from the High Court, which is the case of Akisanya, there was a consent order. And that consent order made it clear that people could still make applications within 6 weeks after the Court of Appeal have made a decision.
Okay.
So people are saying a whole lot of things on various platforms, but they are not talking about a consent order.
All right.
People who are obviously spreading this news must do this in totality of looking at both the consent order that was made in the case of Akinsanya, the High Court, and the decision which had been handed down, obviously, on the 24th of January.
Okay.
And that consent order clearly stipulated that within 6 weeks after the decision at the High Court, people will have, obviously, after the decision of the High Court, people will have 6 weeks to make those applications. But of course, we have gotten to that place, and now there is still a lacuna, there is still uncertainty, because the decision clearly is ordering Home Office to rewrite that section which excludes people who are on the Appendix FM and those who were obviously not on the Zambrano leave before from not making applications at the USS.
All right.
So that is why I'm saying that people should not just sit at home and make these applications, or just take half-baked advice and not looking at everything in totality, because there are dangers. And when it comes to, we discussed the 10-year rule to indefinitely to remain. Obviously, a lot of people are on that 10-year rule, the lawful residence, when there is a break of 28 days or more than 28 days, when people may not be able to make application for indefinite because of that break, and they may have to end up to start again.
Okay.
So it is something that I want viewers and listeners to take. There's a good news out there, but of course, in the midst of those good news, you need professional, qualified advice to deal with the complications and ambiguity of this particular Court of Appeal decision of Akinsanya.
All right.
Regarding parents of British citizens. And of course, I must say that Zambrano, it is not just about British citizens' parents. It's also to do with, obviously, third country parents of EU children. And therefore, you realize that when this decision hasn't come into force, what people have lost sight of, I've not heard people talking about, is the fact that even those who have not been able to do the EU stuff may be able to, because of the fact that, one, they can do those applications under the, what we call, of course, they've obviously added parents of EU children who have limited leave to remain to make application under the Appendix FM. Those parents, obviously, going forward, who could make those applications, can also make these applications under this Akinsanya. So looking at, that's why I was giving the background about this case, looking at the whole thing to tell it is not just British children parents, it is also those EU third country national parents. By this I mean that if somebody is living here as a parent of a German, Italian, for whatever reason, maybe they could not do the EU settlement scheme. Their children have obviously been here on this appendix FM.
Yeah.
These are quite complicated stuff that I will devote another day so that we can go into this and explore all the avenues that are available to people. Because CITI law, we are here to not just give updates, but to educate people on the law so that they know they are right. And that's why I keep on saying we are building a community where people can know they are right.
Of course.
And stand the test of time.
Thank you very much. CITI law is building an extensive community, a community to support everyone. So please make sure you share this program and get everyone on board. My name is MC Chaka. I'm here with lawyer Thomas Bebenyo from CITI Law Solicitors. And tonight, he's giving an update on Zambrano. So we're going to switch to the skilled workers visas applications. But then before then, I'm having some issue with my Facebook comment sections because it seems a lot of comments have disappeared. I do apologize, but I'm going to read from where I've reached because I'm not the main account holder. So obviously, I think for some reasons we've got too many comments. And oh yes, that's fine. I'll borrow it from lawyer and then obviously go through from there. That's right. So starting from Alice Sinatra and Nestina Kakari and highly favored Priscilla, they are all watching. Thank you very much for joining. And then my main cousin Francis Apia Akwe. Francis is saying, Don Joe Chakanikwe Demos. And then Nana Ya Ousu Efrifa. Nana is saying, it's your bro Isaac Dakun once again. Thank you very much, Isaac Dakun, for watching. Francis Apia Yana, yes, he's giving me the macho sign. Nana Ya Ousu Efrifa said, take your pen and paper because we are going to learn a lot of stuff today. Bernard Wiafe Ano says, good evening, lawyer. Alice Sinatra. Alice is saying, good evening, lawyer Thomas. First time watching you on Facebook. Sapon and Chitano. Sapon says, CITI Law Solicitors, Piao. Thank you very much, Entry. Thank you. Patrick Yabua. Patrick is saying, bro, good evening. MC Chaka, it's your boy Promzi DJ. Thank you very much, Promzi. Derek Bequain says, good evening, brother. Derek Bequain says, good evening, brother. Ernestina Kakari says, thank you. Maino says, nice work, boss. Papa Kojo Boateng, MC Chaka will be a lawyer very soon. DJ Papa, thank you very much anyway. Karen Asari Smith, hi, MC Chaka and lawyer. Hello, Karen. Thank you very much for watching all the way from Ghana. Entry is here. Karen said, I wish I live in UK. I would have made lawyer my personal lawyer. Of course, even in Ghana, you can still do that because what we're going to do now is very beneficial to people, mostly in Ghana and Africa, the skilled worker application. So make sure you listen carefully and follow the rules and the guidelines and you'll be able to make applications for yourself. Fred Chedanso. Hey, I said Fred Chedanso. Sorry, Pastor Fred Chedanso. Man of God, Pastor, thank you very much. He says great program. Karen Asarasmet, great show always. Sapon Big Stone, Maji Medja, thank you. Another great show. Esther Osei is watching. Sewa Efia, sorry I'm late. I have you finished the update on Zambrano. Don't worry, Sewa. You can ask your questions later on. You can contact us or drop a comment on the Facebook section. We'll be able to read that for you. Abrafi Agnes. Oh, Oba. Yeah, that's right. That's my mate from primary school and JSS. Agnes Abrafi. Oba, Chairman 1. Good job. Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm the chairman for RC Complex. So, obviously, I'm enjoying my chairmanship right now. Thank you very much, Oba. Fred Asari says, Edmond Kwao is watching. Kudos to you, lawyer. So, thank you. People are patronizing. People are really watching and enjoying the program. And this is exactly what we're looking for. Lawyer is ready now. We're going to switch on and then, of course, talk about the skilled workers application of visas. This is very beneficial. A lot of people will benefit from that. As I mentioned, care workers have been part of it. Nurses can obviously join as well. So I'm posing these questions to lawyer to make sure that we get the right information, obviously. So lawyer, the skilled workers application. When we talk about skilled workers visas, what is this? What application is that?
Yes, quite interesting. I did this program in G or GC. So
Yeah, I was watching you.
Yes. So when we talk about skilled worker, they are more or less, it is more or less a worker route to settlement or indefinite leave to remain, where employers who have approved license are able to recruit those workers either in country or from abroad. And by this, what I mean is that first and foremost, there must be an employer who is an approved sponsor. I know a lot of people make calls, oh lawyer, I want to make application under the skilled worker route. The point is that that person first needs to have a sponsor, an approved sponsor. By what I mean by approved sponsor is that that person should have been given sponsorship license by Home Office. And you remember we did a sponsorship license applications last week, because we had to build the case to the point where people will understand everything in totality, not just give half big advice so that people get confused in the course of time. So obviously, having established that people have had that sponsorship licenses, then they will then be able to recruit eligible workers. And by this, I'm choosing my words carefully because these eligible workers are those we will call skilled workers or those in the shortage occupation list. And again, there is a slight distinction there. For example, we have care workers who have now been added to the shortage occupation list. The difference is that some of the skilled workers will soon find out that while some of them is threshold of earnings of 25,600, those on the shortage is about 20,480. So there are quite distinctions there. But a skilled worker simply means that sponsors being able to recruit globally eligible workers, and those eligible workers are defined in the Home Office list of occupations, which will soon go through them.
All right. So, having defined what skilled workers visa application is for eligible workers, what sort of jobs do qualify for skilled workers visas?
Yes, the jobs that qualify are numerous. In fact, I cannot obviously stay here and then just mention all of them. But the point is that the most interesting thing I want people to take note, because obviously I want to look at those at the bottom of the list, which is the care workers. And the care workers have, from the statement of changes, I think 24th of January, a lot of things have happened. But from the statement of changes, the care workers have also been added to the shortage occupation list.
Okay.
And people should be mindful that from February 15th onwards, those people will be able to make applications from abroad to come in. They are part of the workers. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have various engineering We have obviously managers, we have social workers, we have probation officers. Your role is one of them.
But do they recruit probation officers in
Of
Ghana?
course, yes, they have probation officer in the list. If
Oh,
you look
okay.
at the list, and you know, most interestingly, we have fitness instructor. Me.
Oh, my
I'm
days.
there.
Okay. We've got a lot of fitness instructors in Ghana anyway.
Yes.
And then in Nigeria as well.
Of course, yes. So fitness instructor. The last time, you know, I did a course in fitness, gym.
Oh, yes. I know you've got a certificate.
Good. So,
But you barely practice anyway. I don't know if you can.
So if you ask me what are the workers, there's so many workers. I said to somebody who have been following us that I will put a list of workers on our Facebook page so that people can easily see. But there's so many, I cannot name all of them here. But the ones that's why I wanted to start from the bottom. You can imagine fitness instructors are part of the skilled workers. We also have care workers there. We have nurses. All those people are also part of the workers, and various categories of engineers and doctors and nurses, social workers.
Okay.
All that. So I'll put it out there so people can, because there's quite numerous.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for throwing some light into that. My next question is about the income threshold under the skilled workers category. What is that? Because we know there's a threshold in regards to income. So what is that? Can you please?
Last time when I was doing this program on Tuesday, I said to people, we have it's a point-based system. Obviously, you have 20 points for having an approved sponsor. And then you have another 20 points for having gotten a job that pays the relevant income threshold. And that's why people who are getting the sponsorship license, we are asking them, look, there are a lot of stuff, even after you have gotten the sponsorship license, to issue a sponsorship certificate, you probably need a lawyer to draft employment contract. Because otherwise that person may be refused by not complying or getting the relevant points. So you need to also be on the right income threshold, which in this case I've already mentioned that it's either 25,600 for those skilled workers or £10, 10p per hour. Or for those on a shortage occupation list, for example, care workers, 20,480. So when the employer is approved and has issued the sponsorship certificate, which gives 20 points, then the income, which is how much the person is supposed to earn by working for that employer, also grant 20 points, which is either 25,600 or 20,480. And then finally, you also have this English language, European framework, which is B1 certificate. People need to show that they can speak, listen, read, and write. They must be able to do these 4 things. And obviously, people who have finished secondary school, especially for the care workers, I keep on emphasizing it, because there is no qualification whatsoever required on that route. But obviously, that route is for 12 months, But of course, when people are here, they can switch to other categories.
All right. Thank you very much, lawyer Thomas Bebenyo. So I'll move on with the questions. This question is very deep. It says the resident labor market test has been abolished. Does it mean that we can sponsor a foreign national for skilled worker visa, even if we could find a suitable British or Irish worker to do the job? So now that the test is normal, what are the chances and hopes for, people that are outside there, even if they can find someone suitable within the UK to obviously do the job?
First and foremost, let me just explain that the resident labor market test was imposed on the previous point-based system, which is tier 2 and all that. Now, during that time, people needed to advertise the positions on various platforms, including the job center, and demonstrate that nobody was able to apply for that job. And therefore, because there is no Irish or British in this country who has applied for that job, then Home Office, they used to release those panels where those people would then be able to recruit from abroad. So under the old regime, people needed to comply with the resident labor market test. And that test, obviously, would have made it difficult for people to recruit from abroad, because first, they need to satisfy Home Office that there is nobody in this country who is suitable for that position or who has applied for that position before they are able to offer that job abroad. Now let's look at the abolition of the resident labor market test and its implication on the current point-based system. What that abolition means is that once an approved sponsor, an employer whom we have discussed previously, that had been assisted to get sponsorship license from Home Office, then it's more or less a franchise. So Home Office has more or less given that person authority to issue sponsorship certificate to bring somebody from abroad to come and work here without necessarily complying that somebody else is here who have done the job. So you notice that now it is very flexible for employers to recruit globally without restrictions. Because when we left the European Union, the Secretary of State statement is that we want to recruit global talents. Therefore, so this is why this is in place, so that people can recruit globally. So it's a good thing.
All right. So it's a very good thing for professionals out there in every part of the world, obviously. So how did they go by, these applications? How did they go by identify this job? Did they have to apply through the government website or through various companies that have been advertised out there?
Yes, people ask all these questions all the time. The way in which people can apply for these jobs, first and foremost, they need to find an approved sponsor, an approved employer who have a sponsorship license. And I said that normally when you go, if there is a vacancy that has been advertised, these days because of internet, when a job is advertised in UK, somebody in my village can go on the internet and see that there's a job advertised maybe near my house that I might not even be aware. You understand? So obviously, those people can apply, one way or other. They can communicate with them. If they need a lawyer to assist in the application process, because for example, I've said that, obviously lawyers, we are here to assist people not to make mistakes, because those mistakes can cause them dearly. And when you are in practice, you now find out how very tiny mistakes can cost people millions. So if, for example, you have gotten somebody who is prepared to sponsor you, and the job is there, and you need a lawyer, you can contact most of these lawyers who are qualified in immigration to assist. If you don't have a lawyer, you can contact us. But the point is that you must first have an approved sponsor. And you can find out, sometimes you go on Home Office website, those people, those employers who have licenses, the list is there. So it's not something that you will mix it. So to answer your question, you must have an approved employer.
All right.
To be able to apply.
Okay, thank you very much, lawyer. So in your initial session, you mentioned care workers. Could they come under this route for skilled workers application? Care workers.
This one has been all over the place for some time now. So, as I said, with the care workers, it is one of the most flexible route or requirement for people to satisfy. One, because there is no qualification requirement except that people must have the B1 certificate in this European framework, which is speaking, listening, reading, and writing, 4 things, which as I've said earlier, people who have completed, is it SHS? During our time it was SSE, right? Now it's SHS, okay.
Yeah.
So people who have completed that should be able to do it.
I think it's quite basic anyway.
Yes, it's quite basic. People should be able to do it. And then apart from that, the job in itself is taking care of people either in a care home or domiciliary where you go to them to look after them. So it's something that once you know how to read and write, because obviously some of them gives medication and all that, so they have to be able to read and write to assist in all these areas. So it is not something difficult, but the only thing is that whilst other routes is a 5-year route, this one is 12 months. It was a temporary occupation program, just like we have the seasonal workers when we short of tanker drivers,
tanker drivers,
and butchers,
yes, for the meat,
and poultry
farmers. Yeah,
yes.
That's right.
So this one is also there. But obviously, the good thing is that once you are here, you can switch.
All right.
Most of these who may be qualified, you can start nursing program, you can study, you can do supplementary work. So there is so much benefit.
Okay.
There's so much benefit.
Okay, lawyer. So you mentioned obviously that the application can be made in Ghana or in this country, but then the fact is that how do people get the sponsorship certificate? You know, if they are in this country, let's say the employers obviously to apply it. Last time, I think our previous program last week, you gave an insight, you elaborated much on that.
Yeah.
But for the benefit of those who
missed
that program, can you please let us know how the sponsorship certificate can be applied?
Yes. Yes, as I said last time, there are two distinctions here. There is a difference between sponsorship license and sponsorship certificate. For sponsorship license, an employer needs to make that application in order to be issued a license to recruit skilled workers, either from this country or abroad, globally. So once that particular employer is an approved or have been granted that license, which are urging a lot of people, especially in the care sector, to do it, because that is the license that will enable them to be able to recruit people from abroad to fill. Because I work with some of these care workers in terms of their corporate affairs and all that, and you find out that sometimes, I was in a meeting with one of them, sometimes they have to go and do the work themselves because they are short of these staffs. You know. So obviously with this license in place, they will be able to issue this sponsorship certificate, which I have just mentioned. So the sponsorship certificate is just an electronic document that gives the code and all the numbers, the person that the certificate has been awarded to and all that, so that that person can rely on it to make application to come to the UK to fill that role, or if he's here, to make application to the Home Office to switch from that category of leave to either the, if it's a care worker, which is 12 months, or if it's a skilled worker in the other categories like nurses and all that. Fitness instructor, remember, they can also do that. They can also switch. So now if you are working in the gym and you have a child who is, most of you guys in the gym, you know, because you build your body, sometimes you get a lot of trial, then you may be having problem with your baby mama. You can easily switch to the skilled worker route, because you, instead of being there for 10 years, you can switch and then get 5 years time, you'll be eligible for indefinite leave to remain, provided the gym operator has a license.
Okay, lawyer. So you said you can switch. But then is it not renewable? The visa application.
Yes, as I've said, obviously, there are categories. As I said, that the care workers loan is just 12 months.
Yeah.
And as I've said, it's just because there is a shortage.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, people can switch while they are here. And those who are in the skilled worker route, 5 years down the line, they can also get their indefinite leave to remain.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. You mentioned the English test earlier on for people in Ghana.
Mm.
What about those making the application over here in the UK? Are they obliged to do the English test, same as in Ghana?
Yes. As I've said, there are 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
And these 50 points, the 20 point is allocated to having an approved sponsor, which is an employer that has a sponsorship license. You also need another 20 points to show that that sponsor is paying you the relevant threshold of income, which is either 25,600 or £10, 10p an hour, or if it's the care worker, which is the shortage occupation list, then we'll be looking at paying you what they call 20,480. So that gives you 40 points. And the last 10 points is the English. So that English B1, whether you are here in the UK or you are abroad, you still have to do it. But I think under the migration rules, those who have some qualifications which are taught in English may be excluded.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, lawyer. You might have already explained this, but maybe you escaped me. What is the cost of making this application? How much does it cost to get the visa?
Yes, again, it all depends on the duration of a visa. I think it's around 536.
Oh, okay, it's not that expensive.
It's not that expensive. But the employer will have to pay what the co-innovation skills charge as well. Yes. So it's that's why when we started this program, I said that it's quite cheaper compared to, because one is a shorter route to settlement. Second, it is cheaper. But the difficulty is that you must first find a sponsor.
Yeah.
And that's why we are urging all those who don't need workers to obviously make themselves available.
That's right.
For this opportunity to get the sponsorship licenses. And those licenses will then be used to recruit people who need these jobs.
Okay. All right, viewers. So if you've just joined us, lawyer gave an update on the Zambrano parent applications. And now we're talking about skilled workers application. Last week, we did the sponsorship certificate and applications and that sponsorship. So lawyer has taken his time. He's breaking it down for us. And he's given us a lot of areas or people or companies or professionals that will be eligible for this. And fortunately, fitness instructors are part of it. And he's explored that even carers can make this application. Obviously, to get about 12 months visa to come to the UK. And after that, they can switch to another route. This is a very good news for everywhere you are. If you really want to relocate to the UK, if you are a professional, please explore the various websites and start looking for work in the UK. And if you need support, you can always contact CITI Law and they'll be able to support you with your applications. If you go to the NHS website, they've got UK application and international applications. And there are so many vacancies for nurses there. So please make sure that you utilize this very well, because this is an opportunity for a lot of people living in Africa who wants to come to the UK to follow and, of course, get to this place. So thank you very much, lawyer, for taking your time to break things down for us, obviously. Few comments from our Facebook viewers. My Facebook keeps disappearing. But then, of course, yours was as well. So I think it might be a technical issue, which I don't know. But then Sewa Efia says, what about if a carer is here? How does the new law benefit you, please? Okay, so Sewa Efia, what about if a carer is here? Is it? Do you intend to say?
I think Kara.
Yeah, Kara is here. How does the law benefit you, please? Okay, lawyer, can you throw some light into that? How the law can benefit, carers in this country?
Yes. Okay. So this question can be answered by looking at those who are eligible to apply in this country.
Mm.
Okay, looking at the way he has asked this question. If that carer is here, and let me start with those who are not able to switch whilst they are here. Obviously, if you don't have leave to remain, you can't do the application in country. That is a fact. Then you have to go back and apply and can. If you are here on a visit visa, you can do it. If you are here on a seasonal worker, which is those who are here for the poultry farm, the butchers, the tank drivers, those working on the farms, they can switch.
Okay.
If you are here on, they have those who are diplomatic.
Okay. Yeah.
You can switch. And then they have also these private carers. See, those people, because some people, they have people who are domestic carers, and then when they are migrating, they migrate with them as well. Those people cannot switch. But if, for example, you're on a 2.5 visa, 10-year route, you can switch. If you're on a student visa, you can switch.
Okay.
If you, obviously, the rules set out those who cannot switch. So those who fall outside, those who cannot switch, automatically should be able to switch.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, so student visa, you mentioned student visa, and I just want to ask you this question before I forget. So if people are here with student visa, and let's say for some reasons, whilst they came, they did not go to the school, can they make application under this?
Yes, this is a very...
The visa is still valid in their passports, but then obviously they did not obviously comply with the policies of their license, and they did not go to the school. Can they make the application?
Yeah, this is a very sensitive question. To be very honest, I will not sit here and say they cannot make those applications. And I'll give my reasons as follows. If they came here as students and their visas are still valid, they can switch. But remember when we did the sponsorship license, remember we went through the sponsorship management rule.
Yeah.
And under those requirements, we discussed, or responsibility, we discussed that if employee is issued a sponsorship certificate and enters the UK, even though they are allowed to do supplementary work, but if they don't work with that employer, then that employer has a duty as a contact person or level 1 user to contact Home Office that this person did not stay with us. So the same way, if you're a student and you didn't show up in school, then remember the schools, they also operate licensing scheme.
That's right, yeah.
Because it's those licenses that allows them to be able to recruit students from abroad. And they also have a duty to report to Home Office. Now, once that is reported, it is for Home Office to be able to decide whether they're going to revoke those visas or not. But obviously, if you are in that category, we have a way of finding out. And this is my good news to you. If you come to us, we can make some forms of application so that we'll be able to check whether your leave is still valid or not before you go on making those applications. So remember, CITI law, we have solution to every problem.
All right. Viewers, so this goes to people that have been here on student visa and calling me every time. How do we make these applications? Can we make applications in the UK? lawyer has just hit the nail on the head. So please make sure that you contact City Law, and of course they'll be able to check whether your visa is still valid or has been revoked before they make any applications for you. Make sure you note this, please. And if you call me to ask me this question again, that means you've not been watching this program, and I'll refer you to go and watch the whole program before we speak to you again. All right, let me acknowledge a couple of people here. So Kenneth Aiba, that is Kenji, says, you guys are doing a great job. Thanks, VMate. VMate, yeah, sharp. Thank you very much, Ken. And Estina Kakari says, thank you. Sewa is saying, can you please repeat the update on the Zambrano, please? So don't worry, we'll give a quick summary. Yeah, before we end the show, please stay tuned. Before we end the show today, Lawyer will give an update, a quick summary on what he's discussed, and of course the Zambrano flashing under 2 minutes. So don't worry, just stay tuned. So Gabriel Bonogori says, Banokori says, good evening, Gabriel. I think you're a bit late today. I don't know if you were watching or you just joined, but thank you very much for coming anyway. Update on Zambrano, please. You know, our Zambrano family are coming. But don't worry, lawyer will do that. I need to finish the skilled workers application.
I'll do this program today and maybe over the weekend. I'll do the tree session.
Yeah.
Because I want people to be very mindful. There's a lot of news going out there. And as I've said, when I give the summary, I'll make it known to people. I'm not saying people shouldn't make those applications, but they must have qualified lawyers to assess them, because otherwise they will have complications.
All right, lawyer. This question too is very important. So, how does the visa application process work, and how long does it take before one can obviously get the visa if the application is made?
Yes. When, for example, you make this sponsorship license application, decisions are made within 8 weeks. Now, if you also issued sponsorship certificate, you know, I said there's a distinction between the license and then the sponsorship certificate. So if you are issued with a sponsorship certificate, then you have to be able to make your application within 3 months.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be invalid. So people should also be mindful of that.
Okay.
And obviously, when you make those applications, because of this COVID and everything happening, otherwise, within a matter of weeks, within 6 to 8 weeks, there will be decisions on those applications.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
It is quite fast track.
All right, that's good. I'm going to ask the last question, and after that, I'll give viewers and listeners the opportunity to call the studio and ask questions. So this question is very important. It says, the new immigration system applies to EU and non-EU citizens. What about EU citizens who lived in the UK before 31st December 2020?
Yes. Well, this is now obviously those EU nationals who were not here, residing here before December 31st, 2020, they are not eligible to make applications under the Appendix EU, even though we discussed that there are still late applications.
Yeah.
And remember I said on the 16th of December, the Secretary of State statement confirmed that these late applications is going to be there indefinitely. So those who were here before December 31st are eligible to make applications, late application under the Appendix EU or the EU settlement scheme. For those who were not here before that, everything we've discussed on this platform tonight applies to them. So if you are in Germany and you just had your German passport, if you are in Italy, you just have your German passport, and you want to come to the UK, you can also make application or even if you have an indefinite leave to remain, in Italy they will call it sojourner.
Sojourner.
Yes. So if you have the
Sojourner.
sojourner, if you have your, because they also get indefinite before eventually they also get the
Passport.
domestic member country passport. So I'm sure if you're in Belgium, probably you get an indefinite before you eventually get a Belgian passport. So those people who were not able to take advantage of the free movement right of the European nationals and their family members, they could also make application under that appendix, skilled worker, and then come in here as skilled workers, either as the carers. But please, maybe they want to allow my friends and family members in Ghana to come because they are in the third world. But obviously, this is also open to all of them.
Oh, so unfortunately, late applications are not under the appendix EU are not, permissible. I mean, it can be, you can't go ahead.
If they were not here,
They were not here before.
If they were not here before.
That is really
So,
that is really unfortunate.
Yeah, but they can also make application under the.
No, but because they'll benefit more with a 5 years visa,
Yes.
or settlement visa. You know what I
Yes.
mean? If probably, but I thought late applications were were still in progress.
Yeah, late applications are in progress, but remember the late application is there for those who can demonstrate that they have evidence to show that they were living in the UK before December 2020.
Okay.
And of course, by living here means that you can show documentary evidence, proof of address, that you were here before that date.
Okay.
And obviously, if you are here before that date, then you can then make application under the EU settlement scheme.
All right.
But if you cannot show that, then there is another door that has opened to the EU nationals who say want to come here. They can also still make this application under the appendix care worker, which is making application to come here as a care worker, as a nurse, as a fitness instructor, as a probation officer. They can.
I'm sure. I mean, the Home Office can expedite their application or process it quickly for them because they are just coming from Europe country or something like that. You know what I mean? So if they're looking for skilled workers and someone has got that skills in, let's say, Germany, and somebody is applying from Ghana, I'm quite certain that obviously the person in Germany might stand a chance of getting it than someone applying from Ghana. What do you think?
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Unless the seasonal workers, for example, the tank drivers, because if you have a license in Ghanaian license, of course it will not be applicable here. You can use to drive here. But when it comes to the skilled worker and this care workers scheme, which has been added to the shortage of occupation list, you realize that I spoke about the points.
Yeah.
So whether you are in Ghana or you are in Germany or in Europe, once you can show that you have an approved employer and then you have a job that is going to pay you the relevant threshold or that income, and then you have your B1 certificate, then you are eligible to apply. So at that stage, nationality, whether you are European or a third country national, is completely immaterial.
Okay, thank you. So viewers, if you're looking for someone to represent you, if you're looking for someone to help you with your applications, not just immigration, but any application at all, any area of law, then you are at the right place when you contact CITI Law Solicitors. They are located at Unit 113, Barking Enterprise Center, number 50, Cambridge Road, Barking, not too far from Barking train station. Access, and the postcode is IG118FG. So the office telephone number is 020-3355-0782. The office number once again is 020-3355-0782. So if you need someone to help you with your immigration issues, employment, family law, they do personal injuries and clinical negligence, commercial disputes and civil litigations, housing law, consumer law, media and entertainment. I've seen a comment right here from a lady called Sewa No, sorry, Alice. Alice Senator. Alice says, please tell lawyer, I know he's a busy person, but he should try and reply our messages. You see, Alice, as you've already acknowledged, lawyer is really busy, and that is the reason why I've given the office number. So if for some reasons you urgently need your query to be answered, or if you need him to obviously respond to something, he might be in court, he might be dealing with other people, and sometimes it get really, really frustrating when you need information and you're not getting the right information that you want. So please, if that happens and if you need an urgent response, please make sure you call the office number. And if lawyer himself is not available to talk, his learned and able colleagues will be able to give you the right directions. They will be able to pass on the information to lawyer to call you back. So let me repeat the office number, which is 020-3355-0782. So please make sure you utilize this one. Make sure you call the office number, and then they'll be able to help you with all your queries. Thank you very much. Thank you for your question anyway. Sewa Brief, I'm going to open the phone lines for viewers and callers to call in. It's been very interesting and very interactive. So please, the number to call now is 079 3293 4518. That is 079 3293 4518. And the other number is 074 40 33 8623. Please call. We are here in the studio. You can ask any question of your choice. It could be the Zambrano or the skilled workers visa application that we've discussed, or any other area that you need some answers. Please call the studio now. The number is on the screen. So if you look at the screen, I think the number is just sliding off. You can write it down and give us a call. We are here, and lawyer is ready to answer your questions. Whilst lawyer, I've got a question on. You can also drop a question in the Facebook comment section, and we'll be able to read that for you. Sewa Efia says, you did not say anything about construction. Is construction workers included in the new law? I mean, visa from abroad. Construction workers.
I haven't. There are various. As I said, the rules are so many. I haven't seen. In Ghana they call missing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone. But obviously the engineers are doing. So it depends. Surveyors. So it depends on the nature of the construction worker. But as I've said, I will put most of the rules on the platform so that people can look at it and see that, oh, this is the one. Teachers and all those ones have come out. There are so many of them. So I don't have all of them in my head as I sit here.
Okay.
But of course, I looked at those ones that don't need much qualification. For example, fitness, care workers, we have nursery teachers, and all those primary school teachers, secondary school teachers. We have all those rules that are on the list.
Okay.
But the viewer, bear with me, I'll put all this on the platform so you can go through it.
Let me issue this disclaimer here before we continue, lawyer. Please, the Facebook page is not meant for business or selling of products. I've just noticed that someone is putting some information regarding Bitcoin or selling some products. Please refrain from doing that. Otherwise, we might block you if you continue to do that. This program is to give free legal advice to our viewers, our brothers and sisters who will benefit from that. And we don't intend to sell anything, obviously, to tolerate any form of businesses that will sell things to people. For now, this is not what we are doing. If anything of that sort, we will announce it here. But then if someone would just be posting couple of things. I don't want to mention the name, but please do that. Make sure you desist from doing that. Otherwise, you'll be blocked from this page. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we're waiting for people to call us, and whilst we still waiting, lawyer, people are really interested in the Zambrano. Mm-hmm. So under 2 minutes, please, for the benefit of
okay,
those who are not here.
Let's switch to the Zambrano the subtopic.
Oh yeah, so that I mean, obviously,
I think
they can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the phone line is also there.
Yeah. Yeah, the phone lines are there. So please, lawyer, under 2 minutes, please throw some light into the Zambrano. Give the update quickly to benefit those who.
I know that this Zambrano is of immense benefit for people who may have difficulties paying the relevant fees because it's free of charge under the EU settlement scheme, and also for doing the life in UK and doing the B1 English. So I will take my time to do this program in three this weekend. But for those of you who are watching now and able to understand what we are saying from here, what we'll be discussing about this update. This is Court of Appeal decision which was handed down on the 24th of January 2022. And from the onset, I gave definition of who Zambrano parents are. I said that if you look at Article 20 and 21 of the Function of the European Union, citizenship is established under Article 20, and then the movement of those citizens under Article 21 of the Function. And obviously, the case of Zambrano itself originally was an European case from Belgium, which involved a parent who didn't have any leave to remain, but the children had Belgian citizenship. And because the Belgian law did not allow them to have leave to remain, there was the contention that if they were not given right to reside in Belgium, then those children would not be able to live there because these parents were originally from Colombia. And on that basis, because when we were in the European Union, the European law was supreme, which means that any law that was decided in Brussels obviously was binding to the UK. So around 2011, Home Office obviously started issuing this Zambrano, which is 5-year residence card, to parents of British. But I must say that even those parents, for example, who are EU, who have EU national children, were also entitled to it as well, because we have the case of Shen, which is an Irish child moving with a parent to the UK and being able to say that because he's an European, he has moved to the UK, he should also be entitled to it. So this decision covers all these people, and I said that I'm going to do a proper topic on it so that people can understand it in totality. But obviously, last year we are aware of the case of Akinsanya, which is somebody who was having 2.5, and then he wanted to apply on a settlement scheme to get indefinite leave to remain because of the fact that those who were on the Zambrano, when we left the European Union, under the Appendix EU Annex, it was drafted in such a way that those people could apply for indefinite leave to remain. But those who had 2.5 years leave, or didn't have any leave and have not made any application, they could not make application under the settlement scheme as parents of British or primary carers. I must say the word is primary carers. So because of that, this woman went to court, and then when her application refused, and the High Court allowed her appeal that even though she didn't have the Zambrano, because at that stage he had switched to the parent of a British child, he should be granted that such indefinite leave to remain. Home Office appealed the decision, and the decision, Court of Appeal made a decision yesterday dismissing Home Office appeal that there was misunderstanding of the domestic law because there's a distinction between the domestic law and then the European Union law. And therefore, for Home Office to conclude that simply because somebody has a leave to remain excluded that person or extinguished that person's EU citizenship right, derivative right, I should say, because that right is derived from the citizenship of the British person, then that was unlawful. And the court said that Home Office should redraft the guidance, said that Home Office should redraft the guidance.
Lawyer, please, we've got someone on the line, please, just bear with us.
Hello.
Oh, hello, we've got our first caller. Hi, good evening. My name is MC Chaka, CITI Media TV. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Alice.
Oh, hi.
I'm calling from Ghana.
Hello, Alice. All the way from Ghana. How is Ghana?
Oh, Ghana is good. We are doing fine.
Okay, that is great. So let's hear from you, Alice.
Hi, Lawyer Thomas.
Hello, Alice.
Hi. I hope you are doing good.
I'm doing
This is my first time watching you on live.
Ah, is it? Okay, go ahead, Alice. Go ahead.
Okay, I know. I hope I know you know who this Alice is.
I know, but it's Alice B, right?
Yes.
Great. Oh, Alice. You know,
Yes.
I think last time when I called you back, you were busy, and then later you called me. I couldn't. In fact, I'm sorry that I'm not.
Yes, I know. I know.
Yes. So
I
it's an
know.
opportunity for you to ask any question. If you want to discuss it in private, you can call me. Maybe don't call me tomorrow. Call me maybe on Tuesday, because tomorrow and Monday I have some court hearings, so I'm going to be very busy. But on Monday, Tuesday, we can talk. But tonight is an opportunity for you to ask any question that you want.
Yes, tonight I'm not going to ask any question because it's kind of private.
All right.
But your program is very educative. I asked my sister to also join, and then I'm sure she's going to get in contact with you on the skilled
workers.
It is skilled workers. Yeah.
Okay.
I asked her to join and then listen to you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And then
very, very much.
God bless you for the good job.
Let's keep in touch by Tuesday, please, okay?
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much, Alice, for calling through. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Lawyer, so you may continue, please.
Great. So, as I've said, the Court of Appeal have dismissed Home Office appeal. But there is still a lacuna. There is uncertainty. Because one, Home Office have to go and read draft the Appendix EU in such a way that they could include the Zambrano parents, which is parents of British children. Because those parents, instead of being, if you have had a child who is more than 5 years old, that means you have been a carer for more than 5 years. So automatically, when you should apply, you should be entitled to indefinitely to remain. And it's free of charge. But as I've said from the beginning, Zambrano was not meant to lead to indefinitely to remain, because it was meant for people to be able to reside in the member states countries or as citizens, as primary care to citizens to reside in those countries. But when we left the EU, those on Zambrano were given this generous opportunity that they could apply for indefinitely to remain. So obviously, the court has made decision that there was misunderstanding of the domestic law and the European Union law. And therefore, Home Office appealed for excluding primary carers of British children from making application under Appendix EU to get the indefinite leave to remain. Was unlawful. But because there was not concrete decision on the EU law itself, there is still a lacuna uncertainty. And I'm urging those who are making these applications at home to seek proper legal advice on it. Because we spoke about paragraph 3C right. And of course, there is this uncertainty that we are waiting Home Office to write the guidelines in such a way that it will include this category of people. But for now, though decision is out, the guidance is not out. And because the court didn't make decision on the European Union law and only make decision that it was absolutely wrong to exclude those parents, there is a lacuna. But in conclusion, that is why lawyers, we are here. And it is the same lawyers that fought this case to the Court of Appeal for Home Office to lose. So it's an open door, it's an opportunity. But in the midst of it, people should be cautious not to just sit at home and make these applications and just sleep and assume that because all this news is going around everywhere, that is the end of this matter.
Thank you very much, Lawyer Thomas Bebenyo from CITI Law Solicitors. We appreciate your contributions. We appreciate the support that you've been giving to the African community. We say kudos to that. So, viewers, we've been waiting for the calls, but then if no one is going to call in and or to pose any further questions, then of course we'll be. And then Sewa Efia, you asked me to repeat the number which I have. Sewa Efia. So please, this is an opportunity for you to call whilst I start acknowledging people. Anyway, Sewa, maybe I think your question has been answered because you're saying thanks very much for the update. Yes.
I also want to say that maybe Saturday or Sunday I will do this program in Tree to be able to explain to people so that they can understand what is happening, because there was so much going around and we must be careful.
I think it'll be very beneficial. So if you can do it maybe on Saturday or Sunday.
Yes.
Whilst people are home relaxing, of course, and
that's
then
right.
They will embrace the good news in their local dialect. You know what I mean? Because the technicalities, the terminologies sometimes become very confusing.
Very confusing.
Exactly.
Even as lawyers, it's sometimes confusing. So I appreciate that people will not be able to assimilate most of the things that I've just explained on this platform.
Okay.
But I will take my time and do it in Tree for the benefit of people who have been following CITI Law Solicitors and want to progress in immigration matters.
Ernestina Kakari says thank you. Karen Smith says, can I call? Yeah, Karen, the phone line is open to everyone. If you're available, you can call. Why not? Thank you very much, lawyer. So, viewers, we've taken a lot of your time. Thank you. And this is where we draw the curtain. CITI Law Solicitors, they've been our prime backbone for this program, Legal Hour, that we bring to you. Sometimes we do go beyond the hour, but I think it's for a good cause, so please bear with us. Lawyer was here on Tuesday to do the Tree version, and today we've done the English version. We've done the Zambrano parent application, and of course the skilled workers application, which obviously will benefit a lot of people. So it has been very insightful, and we do appreciate your time and for sharing this program as well. So as lawyer said, this weekend he will take his time and then come live to explain the Zambrano parent application in Tree. Please, once you receive the link, make sure you share for all your contacts to benefit from this. Thank you very much. My name once again is MC Chaka. It's been very pleasant having you on this show, and I'll say thank you. Hope to see you again Please stay tuned. And our radio channel will be ongoing for 24 hours with good music to relax you. So please make sure you tune in and enjoy the music that we have uploaded on the radio. On the radio. So thank you very much, and you have a pleasant evening.